my arm's caught on the hip. They got their head pinning over here. So the problem with this is, like most people would like, well, I can get this around. Okay, but the problem is if you just immediately reach for this, they're gonna grab your arm in a compromised position, and now we gotta start worrying about shoulder locks. Okay, so what I like to do is I'll come here and I grab this shoulder, right? And when I hip out, I have this kind of monkey grip, right? Like a hook. So I monkey grip right here and I pull down just enough to where when I use my outside leg to throw my hip out, it creates space for my elbow to come in here. Now I have a hip frame. From here, I can scoop myself back a little bit more, and I can start working to get my top side frame in. That makes sense? So if they look up, I can get my frame in here. And if they keep their head down, I've still got a strong position here to base on the shoulder. This is like the most important part of class, what I'm about to say right here. When we hip out, we get all the way up on a shoulder. Like I was talking about earlier, some of you guys are really flexible, and you can either A, be up on your shoulder, and this half of you still down, or you're up on your shoulder here, and they've got, or you're up on your hip. I'm not flexible enough to do this, but they'll have your back flat on the mat. So when I say we gotta be up, we are completely up on a shoulder. Okay, framework in. Questions, comments on that one? All right, 1, 2, 3. Recover it before we go to attacking the head. So I'm here, I grab the shoulder, right? This is when, worst case scenario, arms are stuck, right? This gives me my frame back. I can do a micro shrimp again and come inside here. And then ultimately, off of my framework here, I feed my underhook through and I start to come to here, okay? So that was technique 1. All right, technique 2, there's a lot of different things we can do using this. We can go to the back, we can limp arm out and come to here. But what we're gonna talk about is when an opponent hits a hard wizard and like we're kind of at a stalemate. I have to redirect this energy. I can't run through it. So even though we don't want to pull on the shoulder when we're getting up, we're gonna switch from across the back and belt grip to the shoulder and pop up on our toes and come over the head. Now when we punch over the head, I want you guys to watch my feet. So I was here, right? When I get up on my toes and I go over the head, I'm throwing my hip in line with the head and punching my arm all the way through. That makes sense? So my hip is like kind of straight with his spine. I let go from right here, get my grip, sit back on my heel, and start my choke. So, again, I'm here. Once we get to this point, I'm like, oh crap, you got a really strong wizard. I'm up on my toes. I grab the shoulders, so I'm putting a lot of pressure here. I punch as I bring my hip in line, and I get my arm as far around them as I can. Put your ear on their back. This hand slides down. I like my wishbone grip here. Leg tucks in. We put the head on the same side. Leg goes over. Bottom shin in the hip like this. Questions, comments? I know it's a little technical. I'll walk around. There's a lot of small points. Thanks, guys.